Welcome back, Tarot fam, Tarot Maniacs. Welcome, everybody. I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years. And in this video, what we're going to do is we are going to grade my predictions from 2025 for Queen Camilla. We are going to go over her numerology for 2026. And we're going to go month by month with her numerology and some tarot to help her navigate 2026 to her best year ever. So stick around. I'm going to be right back. So some quick sparkle before we get on to the shuffle, kids. So you all know that I am an ambassador for Otter Spirit, which is an intentional jewelry company. They make earrings, necklaces, bracelets just for you. They are 100% genuine crystals and gemstones, and they are engineered to help lift your spirit, lift your psychic ability, lift your calmness, all of the things. I tell my students all the time, use crystals, wear them, whatever you can. This is an easy way to do it. So my account executive, Irene and Samantha, sent me over the Frosty Christmas set. And this is the Jamalama. So I have here Lapis Lazuli, which I've never had any Lapis Lazuli, and I'm loving this. You can see up close how beautiful these gemstones are. That's a sky blue jade right next to it, and then a clear quartz on the bottom. And you can see the Otter Spirit tag on there to show you that it's from them. So this set is for truth, clarity, and calm communication. And honestly, it's the perfect vibe for this Camilla video. And also for me, you guys know that I had a loss in my friendship bucket, and I'm still recovering from that. I'm still mourning. I'm still trying to figure out how to process the loss of my friend. And this is actually really helping me. So it's a perfect set that is still available for the rest of the year. If you want some other holiday options, there's a white Christmas pack, which is howlite, clear quartz, and moonstone. And if you want to go with something a little bit brighter, there's a regular Christmas pack with carnelian, green jade, and citrine. Beautiful little combination of red, green, and yellow. The December set is carnelian, howlite, moonstone, Botswana agate, which is gorgeous, and turquoise and clear quartz. And I actually just gifted one of my girlfriends a turquoise bracelet. Turquoise is one of her favorites, and there's a lot of fake turquoise out there. So it's another reason that if you love turquoise, get your gemstones from Otter Spirit. They're all guaranteed to be genuine gemstones instead of crazy plastic. My girlfriend told me one of the ways that you can only test turquoise to see if it's fake is you have to break it. I don't know if that's true. You guys let me know. But there's a link in the description that will take you right to my ambassador page. So it lets Otter Spirit know that I sent you over there. And I have 2 discount codes. Fortune 20, you can save 20% off any purchase. And Fortune 30, you can save 30% off any purchase of $99 or more. In 2026, I'm going to make sure that I keep you guys informed as to what stacks I am wearing every day, because I wear my Otter Spirit every day. I'm actually going to bring down one of my jewelry trees and have all of my bracelets and necklaces behind me. So we can talk about that. If you guys ever want to see one of them, I can grab it and show it to you. So get over there. If you didn't get what you wanted from Santa, if you've got some extra cash from a Christmas bonus, or if you didn't get the right jewelry for Hanukkah, go on over there, let Otter Spirit know that I sent you, and you can have a great time. This particular Frosty Christmas set is matching my dude sweater so well today. This is such the vibe for me. So kids, let's get going on this grading and reading. So Queen Camilla, this is something that I am doing that's new for this year. I'm using the transcript from my 2025 predictions and I am running it through 3 different AI platforms and grading my readings. So this one, I was not real thrilled with my with my score, but you tell me what you think. I was scoring like 80-85% on the other ones that I did, and Camilla's reading came in a little bit lower than that. So what AI is doing, they have hit, partial, unverifiable, and a total miss. They give it a 0 to 100% accuracy score, just like we do in school. I do want to note anything medical or deeply private is often unverifiable. I'm not diagnosing anyone. We're just grading the reading that I did to the news that was at hand. So, and the ongoing themes that we know. So, quick recap. I said in 2025, the themes for Camilla were going to be family tension, ongoing drama, PR flare-ups, health management and adjustments. Obviously, the king is not in good health. And a major conversation about the king's role, possibly stepping back, slowing down, or planning. I did talk about that when Queen Margrethe abdicated her throne. And I said that at the time, Queen Camilla and King Charles were going, isn't that a neat idea that maybe we could retire? Retirement for a king or abdication doesn't necessarily have to be such a negative. What it can be is a retirement so that he can also enjoy watching his son step into that role. King Charles did have a soft regency at the end of Queen Elizabeth's reign, and perhaps we're seeing that now. There's a lot of speculation about that. So let's take a look at the quarters for 2025. In Q1, January, February, March, I said that we would see a lot of quiet behind the scenes decision making, 2 paths, and keeping the king's situation close to the chest. I got a partial hit from AI with a score of 70%. The theme, this is the notes on it, the theme of controlled messaging and careful planning is consistent with how they operate, but the specific outcome isn't something we can confirm. In Q2, which would be April, May, June, I said that Queen Camilla would lean into patience and strategy, and that she'd want more of a justice energy around the family drama and protection of the king's legacy. I got a partial hit on that with a score of 60%. The notes are the pattern of narrative battles and the set the record straight energy fits, but it's hard to tie it to one provable event. Q3, July, August, September, I said that PR would intensify, kind of like targeted attacks, and take down one support at a time. And Camilla gets caught in the splash zone. I got a hit, partial hit with a score of 75%. The drip, drip, drip of PR pressure and storyline warfare is consistent with how 2025 felt in the royal news cycle. Final quarter for the year, I said that Queen Camilla would be more unburdened outwardly, but doing more behind the scenes, and that any big structural change would be discussed possibly into early 2026. I got a partial, unverifiable mix of hits for 55% in this quarter. So the behind the scenes strategy is plausible, but bigger outcomes and private decisions can't be confirmed. So there we go. Overall grade was 65%. Not the best score, almost failing. My strongest accuracy was in the themes, controlled planning, ongoing family friction, and PR flare-ups. The weakest accuracy was anything that was private by nature, health specifics, and those are going to stay in the unverifiable bucket until somebody gives us some health updates. So let's jump into predictions for 2026 and the numerology. So Camilla's numerology, did not know she was a Cancer. She was born July 17th, 1947. That makes her and King Charles kind of an interesting pair, as he's a Scorpio. Her life path and her personal year for 2026, we're going to go into that, what that means, and then we'll go month by month. So her life path, so just to give you guys a little refresher on this, the life path is what we're born with. It's like your sun sign. It is what defines you, what makes you what you are. Her life path is a 9, and that is duty, legacy, service, compassion, Also big endings and closures. So, if hopefully that doesn't mean the monarchy, just saying. For 2026, she's in a personal year 7. How we get that is we add the month and day of the birthday to the universal year, which we're in a universal year 1. That's all of us. All of us get universal year 1. So personal year 7, it's a year of privacy, reflection, recalibration, spiritual testing, and strategy. So a personal year 7 is not loud. It's more quiet moves, inner choices, careful positioning. Whereas that life path of 9 is we're careening toward the conclusion. Remember, just like in tarot, 9s are completion. When we go over to the 10s in tarot, that is the start of the next thing. In numerology, we go back to 1. And so that is a fresh beginning. So we're going to look at this month by month, just like we did in the 2025. So 2025 tarot review. So I'm going to bring up my card view. And if you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and hit it. If you like what you're hearing, give me a sub. I'm trying to get to 10,000. I'm at 8, but I got to get to 10. I need 2,000 more of you. So maybe you are that person who's going to just push me to that 10,000 mark. I don't know. Whoever is my 10,000th sub, I'm going to give them a reading. So I'll give them a reading. So for each month, I'm going to tell you what the personal month number is with the numerology. And then we're going to look at family, her royal role, the institution, and her primary relationship with the king. What's going on with that? So tomorrow, we'll do a live on this. I will set the live up today, but today is Gregopedia's birthday. So after I'm done with this, and this is the second time I'm doing this recording because I made a mistake, we are going to celebrate Greg, and we're probably going to go to the Lego store. Fun fact about us, we always do a large Lego piece on New Year's Eve, or historically, since we bought the house, we did that. And so maybe we will do a Lego set tonight, because we already have plans for New Year's Eve. We're wearing cocktail dresses. Well, I'm wearing a cocktail dress. Greg's not wearing a cocktail dress. Are you?
Not?
No, I didn't think so. Happy birthday, boy. Oh, wait, I'll play the happy birthday song for him while we're here. Everybody, you can all wish Greg a happy birthday in the chat. So let's giddy up with Queen Camilla. So January is a personal month 8 for her, which is about power, structure, authority, and who's really in control. This is for family, 2 of Swords, royal role, 6 of Wands, and relationship with the king. So I do think that within her family, we're pulled in a couple directions. Duty is taking over here and pulling her away from her prior family, the children that she had with her prior husband. I think that we are torn between those 2 roles. Being the Queen of England is a lot of work, and I think that perhaps we need to recalibrate and focus back on her family. The royal road. Her royal role, the 6 of Wands, she does not feel very successful right now. I think there are some things that she is trying to motivate the king with that are not going to work that well. Over here, Queen of Pentacles, I do think that she is very concerned about the legacy that the king has as a result of the relationship with her. There are still a lot of people that do not like Camilla because she stole King Charles from Princess Diana, the late Diana, Princess of Wales. Not so true. I do think that we're going to see a different story emerge. So I think in January, this 8-month, she's going to realize that she has more power over the legacy of the king and their relationship, and that she needs to start flexing that power. At this time, she is not. We go into February, which is a personal month of 9. 9 is closure, emotional completion, and releasing things. So if we look here, the Lovers, I think she's going to start focusing on her family a little bit more than the royal family. I do think that she needs to put some time invested in with them. And that's not to say that she's neglected her family at all. I don't think that that's the case. I just think that she has a tremendous role in the royal family that creates issues. Here, the Seven of Swords in reverse, we're going to see that someone is a snake. And I do think that this is someone in her retinue. I think this is someone in her inner circle who has been betraying her, and someone who's been part of her royal circle since she became queen. Ladies in waiting, I hope all of you are on the up and up, because this looks like somebody is telling tales out of school. Someone is doing some things that they shouldn't. So certainly someone in the inner circle. So in the royal family, I think we're gonna have some interesting stuff with that. I think it's one of her one of the people that work for her, but it could be fed to other parties. So, you know, I don't know if that's the Yorks. I don't know if it's the Jerks in the United States, Duke of Jerks. You know who he is. Over there, Wheel of Fortune with her relationship with King Charles. I think that is going swimmingly. I think that is going great. And I do think that they are well suited for each other. Going into March, which is a personal month 1. So we're restarting. Remember, that 9s are closure. We are closing out in February, closing out this nonsense, closing out roles within the royal family and focusing on our own roles and reveling here in the good fortune of the relationship. March, 6 of Pentacles with her family, getting onto a better place. 9 of Wands in the royal family, and the Hangman in reverse. So for her relationship with King Charles. So I think the 6 of Pentacles, when we're looking at that within her royal family, I think she is paying a bit more attention to the bloodline on her end and sorting some things out and making sure that things are okay. 6 of Pentacles, whenever I get this and it's someone that's older, I'm always like, they're working on their will. They're making sure that everybody is well taken care of. Within the royal family, that 9 of Wands in March, I do think that we have her standing very firmly, very proudly, coming out and doing events, those kinds of things. You know, I do think that the king's cadence of medication is changing so that he can perform much better at the public events that he's going to be at. It's almost like they're scheduling like vacation time for his medication time. And I do think that she will step out a bit and be more present. Does that mean that the king is being in treatment at this point? I don't know. It looks like she's stepping out a little bit more boldly. And I do think here, the Hangman, there is some regret in the relationship for not doing things sooner, for not thwarting the Queen's and the Queen Prince Philip's decision that Charles should not marry her. I do think that there is some regret for that, and not re-examining similar situations that may have come up with the same lens. Maybe we need to start doing that. Let's take a look at April. April, we're going to see some change in the family structure. 10 of Pentacles, the royal family, and the King of Wands there. So I think that there is going to be a little bit of mouthiness with that Tower in reverse from some of her people. Does that mean that people are doing interviews or telling tales out of school? Perhaps. I think perhaps someone's not getting everything that they thought they were going to be promised. They're being a little lippy about it. I think the royal family, her role in the royal family is going to be cemented, but that does not mean that she gets to give out all these wonderful goodies to everyone around her, all of her people around her. With that King of Wands there, I do think that they are trying to really enjoy their time together in March. The king psychically feels a little weak here, guys. I'm gonna share that with you. He feels a little weak. So does that mean that there was a treatment the month before where we saw Camilla stepping out a little bit more? Perhaps. We're just going to clarify this 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, the Knight of Cups. They're going to propose what happens to her after. And I don't know if the king owns Highgrove personally, and I don't know if she stays there. And I think maybe that is the discussion. We all know famously from Prince Harry that she turned his room into a closet. So my parents turned my room into a guest room. So, and totally changed the colors, and my stuff is still in there. So I think she is, whatever that discussion is, I think she's happy with it. I think she's content with it. So we'll leave that there. We'll leave that there. April is about diplomacy and sensitivity, alliances and partnerships. This 10 of Pentacles tells me that her alliance with the royal family, she is taken care of. I hate to say it, I don't think her kids are benefiting very much from her position. And I do think that she stands up and roars for the king. Let's see what May has for us. May is a 3-month. It is about communication, visibility, headlines, and social narratives. So this is where it gets interesting. I think there will be discussion about benefits and pleasurable things that may go to her family, her children, via the royal family. I think people will have something to say about that. Again, we're talking about May. This is May. June, or I'm sorry, we're still in May. Queen of Cups in May. I think that there is going to be some revilification of her. I think that the press, the public, are going to have a bit of a negative view toward her. She's almost superfluous to the royal family. Why have her there? Let's not worry about what she's doing. Let's just cast her out if anything happens to the king. And then over here, Temperance for her relationship with King Charles. If that, I think we just see things going very nicely. And I do like their relationship. I think that they are very, very well suited for each other. And I do want to see them have as much time as possible. June is a personal month 4, and it is about duty and systems, routine and responsibility. The King of Swords there is a director. The King of Swords within the family structure is now commanding. He is giving orders. He is telling individuals how to conduct themselves and what will be. He is a truth teller. So I do think she will be telling some truth. Within the royal family, 6 of Cups. We're nostalgic. We're remembering things from a time before. And if William is the change maker that everyone is predicting, I think we perhaps are seeing some of the rights and revelry of the royal family that is going the way of the dodo. And I think that Camilla and Charles have not actually gotten to really immerse themselves in the pomp and circumstance of being royals in the manner that Queen Elizabeth did. That just isn't done. If you want to see pomp and circumstance, go look at some of the Russian imperial family. It was amazing, some of the stuff that they did. You can see some of their jewelry and their clothing on display on the interwebs. And there just isn't that kind of milieu for the royal revelry that we have seen years ago. And I think that there is some regret. Perhaps we see an attempt to do some of that before the fullness of time. Reminding you, we're in June here. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. This is where, if the king is still with us, and Dave Murphy, I'm looking at you. I know you predicted February. If the king is still with us, I do think that work stops at this point. I think there is no point to continuing with any treatments or anything like that. And I think if the king is still with us, I think palliative care is possibly what's coming in June. July, change, volatility in this 5-month personal month 5 for Queen Camilla. So 5 months will offer surprises. Ace of Pentacles is with her family, possibly new location for her, possibly getting into a home that we're just going to ride out the rest of the king's days. The 10 of Wands with the royal family is we're kind of 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I hate to say that, but it's almost like, if the king is taking a dive, her position kind of drops immediately. And I think individuals are now deferring to Catherine, the Princess of Wales, more so than they are Queen Camilla. So again, this is July. We're looking at change month. Also, we have the 3 of Cups there in the relationship, and that is not happy anymore. And I'm not saying they're not happy in the relationship, but the revelry is gone. The celebration is gone. The last of the celebration times have come and gone, and those bonny bygone days. So moving into August, which is a personal month of 6, about family obligations, caretaking, responsibility, and home energy. Let's see what we've got. Star in reverse, 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Wands in reverse. So the Star in reverse is really charting out another new future for her and her family. And even when a loved one is ill for a long time, sometimes we have a hard time imagining what that life is going to look like or feel like without them there. And so I think that perhaps this is what Camilla will be experiencing in August, trying to figure out what her home life is actually going to feel like in the fullness of time. The 4 of Swords for the royal family, it's rest, recovery, recuperation. So it is perhaps in this month that we are recovering and mourning. That 2 of Wands is concerning because that is passion split. That is the twin flame split. And, we do see this sometimes with individuals when they are sick. They will kind of shun some of their close friends and people that they love. I had a girlfriend who passed away from cancer about 12 years ago, and she really shut down and just didn't want anybody to see her to look like that, and just said her goodbyes when she still looked good. And it was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. And this may be that kind of a moment for us. So moving on to September, which is a personal month, 7, which is privacy squared, ultra privacy, inner world, secrets, strategy, pulling back. Let's see what this is for her family. 7 of Wands, creating a balance between those two families, the royal family and her children that she had with Parker Bowles. In the royal family, we have Judgment in reverse. I think there's going to be a lot said. And the 9 of Cups there in the relationship, I think she really is basking in the good of the relationship that they had together through all the storms. I think she is really understanding how blessed she was to have that relationship. But with her family, the 7 of Wands, it's getting out of the royal routine and once again becoming kind of a regular person. Is she going to have someone squeezing toothpaste on her toothbrush every morning? I don't think so. I just don't think that that's her thing. And I think she goes back to being more of a aristocratic person, not necessarily a one-time queen. I think Camilla is much more comfortable with the idea of being an aristocrat, a fun person who, goes to the hunt and has some lunches and has a good time. Judgment in reverse. I think the royal family itself and the royal roles and the retinue, the aides, the people that are advising them, I think they are at odds with what to do with her, because I think she does want to go back to a more practical life, albeit an elevated life, but a practical life. And I think that they are trying to figure out how to make that happen. Very interesting. October. That is a personal month 8 for her for 2026. Which is authority, institution, and power dynamics. What have we here? The 5 of Wands. There's going to be a lot of drama in her own family. Strength in reverse. And the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So it looks like October is going to be an interesting month about trying to regain power. It looks like everyone is going to be fighting. There's going to be fighting in her personal family, fighting in with her legacy and Charles' legacy in the relationship, and over here out of patience with the royal family. I think that psychically, I do think that she's going to take some hits and be vilified to a certain extent by the negative voices out there in the fullness of time when the king passes. I think there are going to be a lot of people that speculate on what the royal family could have been, what the monarchy could have been had Diana stayed in the family, had Camilla not infiltrated their marriage. The reality is that Camilla will have an option to make public the good things about King Charles, the man, good King Charles, the lover, or Charles Windsor Mountbatten. I do think she'll be able to do that. And I think that there will be some discussion of that. Perhaps she gets pushback from the royal family, but after Tampon Gate, there's a lot out there that's negative. We may as well put some positive stuff out there. Let's see what November brings. It's a month, personal month 9, which is again, closure, completion. It's ending a cycle. Let's see what November brings for her family. 2 of Cups. I do think she gets a lot of support from her children with the royal family. What do we got? Knight of Cups. I think there's going to be some bruised feelings here. I think there's going to be a lot of discussion and dissension about her role, what it was, what it should be, how they should present her moving forward. And then here, her relationship, she is the one who bears the truth. She's the one who knows the truth about the relationship and about what King Charles was like as a man. Remember, royals typically don't do interviews. Queen Elizabeth II never did an interview. She never did a book. I think that Camilla may have an opportunity to write The King and I. What our romance was, what was misunderstood about our romance, what was misunderstood about our relationship. I think she has an opportunity to do that. Does it come in December of 2026, because in November, we are ending these cycles. We're taking our information and going off into the wild blue yonder. What's going to happen in December, month 1, in her family, Knight of Wands? She's taking a much harder hand. 7 of Pentacles with the royal family. She is still balancing her responsibilities with them, the legacy of her role, the legacy of the things that she's done, and her relationship with the king. And the 4 of Cups in reverse, I think now she's not dreaming about all of those good things that he did. I think she's actively going to be telling people about the things that she did. So overall, what is going to be the trajectory of her year 2026 for Camilla? She's got some peaks and valleys here, kids. Death card, inevitable change. We got inevitable change going on. 5 of Pentacles, lots of people shuffling around. She will be stuck between her role as the queen and her role as the dowager queen. She's going to be stuck between those 2 roles. But I do think by the end of the year, she creates a balance between what was and what will be. I think if I could whisper in her ear, tell the story of your romance. Put it in a book. Let Lady Colin Campbell do it. I do think that telling the story of their romance is part of the legacy that needs to be told about King Charles. I think with all of the vilification of him and the grace that he showed his ex-wife, and that's not to say that Diana wasn't terrific, but I do think that she said a lot of things about him in the Bashir interview and leaked other information that was quite damaging to him. And I think now Camilla has the opportunity to correct that and to make things a little bit better for Charles in the history books. So that being said, my friends, let me know what you think. What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge of Queen Camilla for 2026? Do you think she is going to be a widow queen who is left to fend for herself? Or do you think that the royal family will take care of her? I do think at this point that King Charles has set up quite the wish list for her. I think he's got quite or for him. I think it's for him. I think he wants her well taken care of after he's gone. And I don't think that he is quiet about it. I think he really has his best men, top men, Greg, top men.
You put into a warehouse?
She might be put in a warehouse, but I think December will be a pivotal month. It's a new start for new energy for her for 2027. So numerology wise, it may be a rough year, but I do think that it's going to be an exciting year. So that is your Camilla 2026 numerology and tarot month by month. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tomorrow, get your questions because I will be answering them live for you psychically and with tarot. And if you enjoyed this, please comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see. Save your questions. Don't put them in the comments because I don't want to have to go back and forth. We'll just do the comments live and look for that live. And quick reminder, I am wearing the Frosty Christmas Pack. And if you want your own Frosty Christmas, you can go on over there to the link down below at Otter Spirit. And you can go buy this set for yourself or buy it for somebody else or buy yourself something else that's really neat. You can get your sun sign strength pack or intuition pack. I have the Cancer intuition pack and I love that too. So guys, I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you are enjoying the end of 2025. And if you would like your own tarot, plus numerology reading. I did create one in my Hypsee account that you can order. I record it and then I send you a link, and you guys get to enjoy that video and get to navigate through your 2026 gently. We can get you over some of the bumpier parts of it. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your patience while I came back to work. I am so grateful for all of you. We still need to do an 8,000 subscriber celebration. I think I'm going to do that possibly the night before New Year's. So stick around for that, because I know I have a lot of people that want to show up for that. I'll be dropping links for people to come in and have fun. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I will see you in the future.